Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Max, and today I'm going to be doing my review for episode 4 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Alright, so this episode was absolutely my favorite episode, and it's also the episode where the most happened. So obviously the thing that everybody's talking about is the ending of the episode when John Walker murders the super soldier out in the public by basically hitting him with the Captain America shield until he dies. And we see it's covered in blood and everybody's filming it. And I think this really sets up the tone for John Walker as a villain. And the thing I find most interesting about this is we've always gotten these hints that he's not exactly the best guy, but he never did anything that was necessarily villainous until his friend died, and then that kind of set him over the edge. So I think that's a really interesting dynamic. It's kind of a parallel to what happened with Captain America, Steve Rogers, and Bucky. When Steve Rogers lost Bucky, he didn't go over the edge, but John Walker did, and I think that's a cool contrast between the two different Captain Americas. Now, something else I really liked about this episode was Zemo. He's been my favorite part of the series since he came in, I think, just because he's, still very devious in the way he does things, but he's also hilarious. Like, I think when the Wakandans and Bucky, Sam, and John Walker were all fighting, and Zemo was just kind of there sipping on a drink, and then he escaped through the sewers, I thought that was a great element to his character, because it showed us that he is still very cunning, and then he was able to, at one point in the episode, get to where the super soldier serum was and destroy most of it except for the one vial that John Walker ended up taking. So I think seeing Zemo's intentions staying relatively the same, but varying based on who he's interacting with is really cool to see. And it makes me wonder, like, at this stage, is Zemo an anti-hero? Is he still considered a villain, or is he kind of redeemed at this point? I really don't know, but it would be interesting to see where his character goes, and I hope he doesn't die, but I kind of have a feeling that he might take down himself and John Walker to get rid of the super soldiers, or in some way like that. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll have to wait and see. I also really like the emotional aspect in this episode. I think Sam especially appealing to everybody's emotions in every situation and kind of bringing out the ideas that people have about the situations they're in and talking about it with them kind of sets him on a different side as a hero, because he's coming at it from not just a fighting aspect. He's coming from it from an emotional side to try and prevent future fighting. So that'll be really interesting to see if Sam's able to break through to anyone, and then also if that ends up saving anyone, such as Zemo, who I think will be in trouble in the final 2 episodes without a doubt. But yeah, overall, I really liked this episode. I think, I've said this about every episode, but this one really sets up what's going to happen in the series, and I think now this episode does it so much more than the others, because we see that John Walker is, very corrupt, and he has the super soldier serum in him. So he is a super soldier, and he does not have the same ideals as someone like Steve Rogers or Bucky Barnes. So he's kind of not necessarily with the Flag Smashers, but he's not with Sam and Bucky either. And it'll be really interesting to see if he'll pair up with either of those groups, or if it'll be 3 different groups versus each other, and one ends up on top, most likely being Sam and Bucky. So overall, I'd give this episode a 5 out of 5. I loved everything about it. It really reminded me of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., especially some of the more intense episodes, and that just added to my excitement with this episode even more. So that's about all I have for now. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you like it, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.